Welcome back to the Excel training. In this video, we will be talking about conditional functions. Conditional functions are used when we need different calculation to be done depending on the value of a certain cell or a cell range. The first function that we will discuss is the if function. The syntax for the if function is as follows: equal if bracket logical test, comma, value if true, comma, value if false. To explain it further, I will give an example as simple as possible to give you the concept of the if function. The example will be if bracket logical test. I will put D5, comma, value of true is 1, comma, value of false I'll put 2. How will that? If I put here a true, the value of my cell will be 1. If I change it to false, the value of my cell will be 2. How is this working? If we evaluate the formula here, if the logical test D5 is evaluated and the value is false, so the function will give us the value of false. So it's giving us 2, as mentioned here. If we change the value to true, then it will be evaluated as follows: D5 is true, so it will take the value if true, which is 1. Of course, this is the simplest form for the if function. We can have any kind of formula that will give us a true or false result. Here we can have any type of formula, a text, or any type of function that we can include in this part, value of true. And value of false, we can have also whatever we want, a formula, a text function, another if function, any other function as we need. Few more examples I will give you. I'll put D5 is greater than 5, so I'll put here 6. So my test will be D5 is greater than 5 because it's 6, so it will give me the value of true, which is 1. Here I can change it to, for example, I'll give a text function and I'll put greater than 5. Here if I put 4, then it will give me the other value, which is 2, or I can change it to less than 5. The other conditional function that we will discuss is the SUMIF. Equal SUMIF. See here the syntax is SUMIF bracket the range, comma, criteria, comma, sum range, and bracket. I'll give you an example to explain this further. I'll go back to my original example here. I'll copy this table. I'll paste this here. Okay, so I want to get the sum of the salaries of the male employees. So what I'll put is equal SUMIF bracket. Here the range is the range where you will evaluate the conditional function. So this will be my range to check if it's a male or female employee, and my criteria will be male. So it will check if this cell, it will come one by one, cell by cell, and check if it's a male. It will add the value in the sum range, which we will put this is the sum range, and it will add it. So it will be evaluated as 1 starting from the first cell in the range. It will evaluate its value. If it's equal to the criteria, then it will add the value in the sum range to the summation total. So here, to double check it, we will just select all the male, and we have a total sum of 18,100, which is exactly the same. So we know that function is working properly. We can tweak the function in a better way. So we can put here, if we select female, and here we can, instead of putting the criteria as quotation M, we will just select the cell. So basically whatever in this cell, it will be in this D15, it will be evaluated and it will be calculated accordingly. So here basically it's calculating the female. If we change it to male, then we have our function working properly. We have another useful function, which is the sum ifs, which is used to evaluate the summation based on different conditions. For example, the syntax as it is mentioned here, it is the sum range, comma, criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1, comma, criteria range 2, comma, criteria 2, and so on. I'll give you an example to explain it further. If I want to sum the salary for all the male employees who are aged 30 and above, how will my function will look like? Sum ifs, sum range is the salary range, this is what I want to sum, and criteria range 1 is the male or female. My criteria 1 is male. Criteria range 2 is the age, and the criteria will be above 30 or equal 30. So basically it will add John, James, and Matthew, and Bob. That's total 12,500. This is my function again. The sum range, then this criteria range 1, which is this column, then the criteria 1, then criteria range 2, which is this column, and then this is the condition or the criteria for the column, the second criteria. Another function that we have is the COUNTIF function, which is COUNTIF bracket range and bracket comma criteria. How this will work, if we want to count how many males in this list, then we'll just put the range here, this column, then criteria will use this one, and basically this will give us the female numbers, and if we put male, then we'll have the male number. The other function that we have is the COUNTIFs, equal COUNTIFs. So basically this will give you several conditions that you can base your counting on. For example, if we want to count how many males in this list who are age 30 and above, then we can put criteria range 1 as this column, and comma, the criteria 1 will be here, comma, the criteria range 2 will be the age, comma, and the criteria will be above 30. This will give us our calculation, and we have 3 males above 30, which are James, Matthew, and Bob. These are the main conditional functions that we will discuss today. I will follow this up with another video with some more examples about conditional functions that will give you more information about how to use these functions and how to combine them to prepare very good calculation in your sheets. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and wish you are benefiting from this training series. And if you have any question, remember always to email me at ahmed.altai@gmail.com. Thank you and have a good day.